family.
We're going to my sister Joanne McMahon's and her husband Bob's with our nieces, and probably at least her 2 daughters and my brother's 2 daughters and my brother, and it'll be our first year without a couple of our older members of the family, so it'll be happy times and sad times.
Yeah,
but
contemplating going to Colorado to be with our daughter and her family in hopes that our son and his wife will join us there. So that's what we hope for. Okay.
My favorite part of the holiday season is the shopping, believe it or not. I actually enjoy going out on the Christmas Eve and getting most of my shopping done, and I always do get it done. And I enjoy doing it at the last minute.
And he always surprises everybody. So it's a wonderful, I miss him getting the house ready, but it's a great something. Sorry. Oh, the holidays are family and friends. Lots of love. That's, to me, absolutely. Just sharing your time and your love with your family and friends.
I agree. The holiday season has always been family for us. We've always spent our holidays with our family, like everyone does. So, but that is the most important thing, is that you get the opportunity to spend time with the family, young and old.
What Hoag means to Bob and Terry is an enormous amount of respect, love, and care, especially the care that took such wonderful care and lengthened our parents' lives, and we forever will be thankful for that. We also will be thankful for our first date. Our first night was the Christmas Carol Ball 29 years ago, or 30?
$29, $30. 1982.
So, Hoag's been a big part of the Callahan's life for a long time.
Our first evening date was, I invited Terry to the Christmas Carol Ball. We'd had lunch once before, or twice before, but yes, it was the 552 Club, and
at the Marriott Hotel, Newport Marriott.
One of my clients had a table and said, "Callahan, you got to come to the Christmas Carol Ball." I said, "I don't want to go to the Christmas Carol Ball. I don't want to go to a black tie event." He says, "Rent a tux, get a date, you're coming to the Christmas Carol Ball." So, I found a good date.
That holiday season it was kind of funny. We went out that night. I had an invitation for Tuesday. I said, "Would you like to go?" Tuesday night, then he had an invitation for the next night and said, "Would you like to go?" And the holiday season kind of evolved that way. So it was a fun Christmas.
Well, Hoag's affected our family in a very positive way. As Terry mentioned, we got a lot of extra years of life out of Terry's mother, my father, and my mom as a result of Hoag. So we feel very blessed to have Hoag in our community, and our family has certainly benefited greatly by those extra years we got out of those 3 wonderful people.
And then to tag on to that, I think our commitment with Hoag and our efforts towards raising the money for the Christmas Carol Ball, the friendships we've made through the hospital have been a real gift to Bob and I.
I agree. We've made many great friends over the years through our involvement with Hoag, and I think that's a very important part of being involved in an organization such as Hoag. You do meet lots of great people, and you develop friendships with those people. Well, one of my holiday wishes for Hoag is to have a great time this evening at the Christmas Carol Ball, because as chairman, I always feel like we have 2 jobs in chairing the Christmas Carol Ball. One is to make money for Hoag, but equally important is to have the Hoag family have a great time at the Christmas Carol Ball. So hopefully everyone will have a great time this year again at the Christmas Carol Ball. What I would say to anyone here whose first date is at the Christmas Carol Ball is be on your best behavior so that you might impress someone and maybe turn it into a nice long relationship.
There have been many Christmas Carol Ball memories over the years, and each year stands out a little differently. I love always being one of the last ones on the dance floor and seeing who's out there at that hour at night having a great time. You see the doctors, you see some nurses, you see other community people, and that's just really, to me, a fun, you've had a fun evening supporting Hoag Hospital.
Well, my hope for the Christmas Ball this year is the same it would be almost every year. And again, it's to have a great evening for Hoag Hospital so that everyone who attends the ball will say, that was a lot of fun and I want to go again next year, and I want to tell all my friends that they should also go to the ball, and again to make as much money for Hoag Hospital so Hoag can be the best place it can be for everyone in our community.
Good evening, I'm Terry Callahan.
Hi, I'm Bob Callahan, and welcome to the Christmas Carol Ball.
Good evening, I'm Terry Callahan.
Hi, I'm Bob Callahan, and Terry and I are the co-chairs of the 46th Annual Christmas Carol Ball, and we'd like to welcome you this evening.
Good evening, I'm Terry Callahan.
Hi, I'm Bob Callahan, and Terry and I are the co-chairs of the 46th Annual Christmas Carol Ball. And we'd like to welcome you this evening and hope you have a wonderful time with all your friends here with the Hoag family. Merry Christmas!
And I hope this is the beginning of a wonderful holiday season for you and your family.
Well, this Thanksgiving is going to be a little bit more mellow than usual. I just had my hip replaced a month ago, and instead of doing my usual day standing in the kitchen and helping my wife and daughters cook, I didn't know if I'd be up to it, so we're going out for Thanksgiving for a change.
Great. And what are your plans for the holiday?
My plans for the holidays this year are actually a little bit more mellow. Again, thanks to a recent surgical procedure, which has gone very well, I'm more concerned about getting back to work and raising the money that I need to pay 2 private college tuitions. So I'll be around for most of the holidays and not doing much Santa Claus activity this year.
Great.
My favorite part of the holiday season is missing New York during the holiday season. I think that growing up on the East Coast or in the Midwest, one gets a completely different feel in the holidays, and it's been real interesting for me for the last 30 years to see how different that is just because of climate. So I kind of wish it would snow this year on Christmas here. Although it kind of snowed in the UCLA-USC game, but I just miss the weather back east in the holidays. The holidays mean to me just a time to get together with family and friends, to share recent memories, to share old memories even of people who are no longer with us, and to plan for the future. The holidays are just a great, great time for a little introspection and reflection. Hoag means to me, wow, Hoag means to me the place where I've been able to apply my craft for the last 30 years. You spend the first 30 years of your life preparing for doing what you think you were meant to do, and Hoag has provided for me the place to do it and do it well. So Hoag's been a real big part of my life. Hoag has affected me a lot of ways. Both of my daughters were born at Hoag. I recently had my hip replaced at Hoag Orthopedic Institute, so it's kind of hit me on the personal side. Hoag's just been part. My kids used to round with me when they were 2 or 3 years old at Hoag Hospital on Saturday and Sunday morning. So it's just become part of our family traditions. It's part of the people who we hang out with and see all the time. It's so interwoven into our lives, it would be hard to say which part of that is the most important. My holiday wish for Hoag really doesn't just extend to Hoag. My holiday wish is twofold. Number one, I'm real concerned about the health of Orange County, providing the health for Orange County and greater areas, and I think Hoag is an integral piece of doing that. Because of the strife that's going on in the world now too, I'm just really, really more concerned about peace on earth. It just seems that never before has that phrase been more important than it is right now, and I think we should all just pray for peace on earth. Oh, wow, my favorite Christmas Carol Ball memory, you're probably gonna have to bleep. It was when I was the master of ceremonies of the Christmas Carol Ball a number of years ago. And in those days, when you bought a raffle ticket, they used to put a little sticker with a heart on your lapel. And I remember being up there after dinner and introducing the next speaker and just coming up with the thought that I had never seen so many men with a heart on since a Viagra convention. Well, my hope for the ball is that, first of all, obviously that it's financially successful. It's a big fundraiser for the foundation, and Lord knows we couldn't do what we do without the foundation and its support. I think it's just a great time, too, for people to start to think about where we're going in the future. I know we have people at the Christmas Carol Ball this year who represent St. Joe's and the St. Joe's affiliated hospitals, and I think that it's a great time for us to come together and realize that together we can do more than any of us could possibly do individually. I think that the nicest thing that I could say is Happy Hanukkah, everyone.
On Thanksgiving, we're going with some friends up to LA to celebrate with their family.
Perfect. Great.
Probably just having a great day of eating guilt-free. Because everybody's doing it.
That's right. What are your...
The holidays this year are going to be really special because my husband is from Denmark, and we're heading to Denmark, north of Copenhagen, to spend time with his family and his brothers and sisters and aunts, uncles, and have a traditional Danish Christmas. So it'll be a lot of fun. Love it.
Cool.
Even though my Danish is very rusty, by the end of the Christmas holiday, I should understand at least a tidbit of what's going on at the holiday table. So I look forward to it. Hopefully it'll be snowing, and it's still a bit of a shock for me to see live candles on the Christmas tree because I feel like I'm on fire watch all night, making sure the house doesn't burn down. But for them, it's a tradition. Most households still have live candles on the Christmas tree. So very different, very traditional, very simple holiday in Scandinavia. So I look forward to it.
That's great.
Probably just making those important connections with family and friends, and taking some time to just realize what's really important in life, and just the health of your family and having those that you love around you that are healthy and happy, and that sense of family is just great. The holidays is just a special time for me and my family to take time out to just reconnect, because I don't have family here locally. My husband doesn't either. So just reconnect with them and celebrate our health and our happiness, and of course the Christmas Carol Ball.
Great.
Hoag means to me just a sense of community, and I've always been overwhelmed by the community support of our hospital and our organization, and it's just has been such an important part of my personal life, being a part of Hoag, and celebrating the traditions and the traditions of giving back, and just being able to support the community. Well, obviously being such an important part of my life, and it's really nice to know that when you need great doctors and great nurses, and it comes at unexpected times, that you can receive care by these world-class people at the hospital that you work for and that you're a part of. And I love knowing that if I'm in need of a great hospital or any of my family members, that Hoag will always be there. My holiday wish for Hoag is that through this new alliance and our new partners in the St. Joseph's Health System, that we'll be able to achieve all of the things that we've set out to achieve through the alliance, which is creating better access for the community. There's so many community members that need increased access, and so it's really important to me that we continue to reflect on all the reasons why we're going into this alliance, that we make sure that we check all the boxes and we continue to stay focused in getting those things done.
Wonderful.
My favorite Christmas Carol Ball memory, honestly, is I think it was last year that we got the new devices and trying to bid on items with these devices. And so I had the device in my hand, I had my cheaters on, and I had my purse, and here I am trying to bid, and I couldn't figure it out. I was technically challenged that night, and so I gave it to my husband, and I think he shoved it in his suit pocket. And by the end of the auction, they said, "Turn in your device," and we looked, and we had bid on, I don't know, 15 items accidentally. Every time he bumped into someone, he bid on something, and so needless to say, we had to start from zero on bidding. But that was a lot of fun last year, getting to use the new handheld Palm devices. It was fun.
Great.
that once again we connect with all of these important community members that feel inspired to give back and feel inspired to give back and support the institutes and support the new programs and the development that we're doing, and that we reconnect, and that we assure all of our friends of Hoag that their gifts are going to remain within the Hoag system, and that their gifts have meaning and purpose, and that when they give, that we're going to use that gift for the intended purpose. So. So Merry Christmas, everybody, and Happy Holidays, and have a wonderful and prosperous New Year. Merry Christmas, everybody, Happy Holidays, and a wonderful and prosperous and healthy New Year.
What am I doing for Thanksgiving? I am flying up to have Thanksgiving dinner with my 2 sons up in Palo Alto and our closest friends, family that's been like a brother and sister to me, their kids, and it'll be a good reunion. Well, the holidays are going to be split. I actually am on call for the New Year's holiday after Christmas. The kids are flying in for the first part of the holidays, and we still haven't actually decided what to do. We'll let them decide. They're old enough now. The decision's over making decisions. It's their turn. My favorite part of the holiday season is probably the mysticism of the holidays. So it's a chance to step away from my logical scientific mind and enjoy the freedom, if you will, of the symbolism and the storytelling and all of the non-left brain aspects of the holidays. Holidays always mean to figure out which part of them I'm working and which part I'm free, expensive it's going to be, and how soon are they over. Well, Hoag's been my life for the last 26 years, so it's really not work. I like to think of being integrated between work and my real life. I see very little distinction at this point of my career. So Hoag is home, it's family, it's where I shop, where I spend money, it's my life. Well, Hoag has been of my family even before I came. My in-laws had their health care here, and I eventually was recruited to come to Hoag to work. I thought temporarily. I still think of it as being temporarily employed at Hoag and looking for the next thing, but I'm 26 years later, so it's meant both a community and a responsibility and a building project. Maybe more than anything else for me, Hoag has been a building project, something I want to participate in developing and contributing to and making a piece of my own and leaving behind something I could say other people would benefit from because of my contribution to it. Well, donors are crucial. There's no way that Hoag could provide the level of service, the level of technology that donors enable. And so the other thing that donors provide is a community that keeps us cognizant of the responsibilities we all have as physicians and as administrators to this enterprise. Donors are ambassadors of Hoag to the community and of the community to us who work at Hoag. So they are a linchpin, a crucial linchpin in Hoag's mission of providing the highest quality of services to the communities we serve. The donors are the linchpins of that. Holiday wish for Hoag is that the floors are not overburdened for patients who need to access Hoag, and that the services that Hoag provides to the community continue to be thought of in the highest terms. My favorite Christmas carol ball memory. I think Dr. Alan Boyer at one point did a stand-up comedy routine that people still talk about. That could be one of them. That could be one of them, I must say, although there have been so many great memories. Nora Jorgensen, with her blessings, a standout memory, and fortunately for us, one that repeats itself every year. I think that I wish I could say the time I won that BMW, but that hasn't happened. So I think it's those things, those two things. Well, my hope for the ball every year is that folks see their acquaintances and friends and share in the spirit, the mysticism of the holidays, and realize that they're part of a very, very, very special community. To all of those folks that are so integral to the Hoag community, I wish them a happy set of holidays, but most importantly, a better New Year than they've ever had before. Thank you.
We'll have a dinner with our son and daughter-in-law, and the grandkids. Just got the bird this morning at Gelson's.
Is it already cooked and everything?
No,
or is
no,
it just dressed?
no, it's just ready to cook.
It's just ready to cook.
Yeah.
Are you cooking for it?
Yes, I will take the green bean casserole, 3 of them, to feed everybody.
Very nice.
We're going to be here in town, and then on part of the time we'll go down to the desert, a place in Rancho Mirage.
Oh, nice.
Probably Christmas Eve. When we get together, we're at our daughter's home, and then we go back there early Christmas morning.
Well, I think it's a celebration of one of the most important things that ever happened in this world, and we shouldn't forget that gift.
Hoag means that the best of care is right here near us, and here for the rest of the community too.
What I'm proud of most about Hoag is that I've worked in the government hospitals, I've worked in university hospitals, and I've worked at Hoag for a long time. And the esprit de corps of the nursing staff from the janitors on up through the doctors is wonderful. We can diagnose and do operations and things like that, but the patient has to get well. And I think that the setting at Hoag is unique in its support of the patients and their recovery. Oh, it's changed enormously. When I came here in 1964, it was a little 75 cottage hospital by the sea.
I'm going to just interject right here. We knew everybody on the staff, and when a new staff member would come, we would have a Friday night reception at what is now the Newport Beach Country Club. I'm sorry, go ahead.
But anyhow, over the years, what's happened is that we got some good people to come. We had everything on our side. We had good schools, good weather, and the finances of a community that would give us the technology, pay the bills for the technology. And so with that, we got some of the best radiologists to come to town, and pathologists and so on, and all of the specialties. And once you get a core of outstanding people, well, then they attract more. And so now we have, I think, a absolutely wonderful staff that you don't need to go any place in the world to get better care.
Great.
Well, I've had, I think, 3 surgeries there, and all successful, no complications, and I'm grateful for that, of course.
And we are especially pleased with we have a 46-year-old daughter who was completely asymptomatic, but through diagnostic equipment at Hoag was diagnosed with a non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and she's doing well.
That's great.
I just hope that the merger with St. Joe's turns out to be mutually beneficial for the whole community, and that Hoag can remain with the benefits of a standalone hospital, at the same time spread the benefits to all of Orange County.
And I would hope that the staff, all the staff, medical, non-medical, administrative, would continue to give the fine service to every patient who comes there.
Oh, I think the very first one, being a Indiana hayseed and coming out here, to have John Wayne show up at the Christmas Carol Ball and recite One Solitary Life, which was very touching.
And that would be the same for me. It was just magical when he would do that.
Well, I hope that we can continue the same spirit of fun and friendship and thankfulness for all the things that we have, that has been the tradition for all these 40 years or more. And so I don't know that we need to try to top it, because it's been so good for so long.
Great.
I think that will not depend on Hoag. I think it will depend on the technologies and the advancements in medicine that are undoubtedly going to occur. I think that a lot of the diseases that are currently troubling people will be improved with vaccines and a lot of things as outpatients, and so I don't know, and I think that it will not depend on Hoag or the leadership at Hoag. It'll depend on what happens outside of our world here, but the good news is that we will take advantage of it.
Well, Hoag is an important part of our life. John practiced there. As I've said before, it's our hospital too that will take care of us when we need it. And I have lots of fond memories, including the year that we were chairman of the Christmas Carol Ball, and it was held in a tent. And yet I had people afterwards say they had the most fun that night they had ever had.
We want to sustain the place, because great institutions can be formed, but they can also collapse. And I just don't want to see that happen. And so I'm going to do what I can to keep it going as long as I can.
Great.
Blessed Christmas.
Hope you all had a good time.
Great. That's it.
Okay.